I've been lifting weights for a few years now, and I want to talk to you about fat loss and what people get wrong most of the time when they're thinking about fat loss. And it usually is as simple as just the wrong diet or the wrong type of cardio. What do I mean by that? People think, oh, I'm just going to do running, or I'm just going to be doing walking on the treadmill. Well, partially those are two decent options. It's just your execution that needs to change. What do I mean by that? When you go for a run, you run your normal pace, you run fast, you run slow. See, it all makes a difference, because when you run zone 2, your heart rate zone is different to when you run zone 5. You use more carbohydrates when your heart rate increases. Hence, zone 3, 4, and 5 is not ideal for fat loss, unlike zone 1 and 2, which is great for fat loss. Same with walking or cycling, which are actually my preferred options. I like to go to the gym, put the incline on the treadmill on 5, speed 5.5 and 6, and just keep cruising for about 30 to an hour a day. Depends how aggressive I want to get with the fat loss. Same with the cardio bike. I like to keep my heart rate around 120 or maybe 130 BPM for about 25-30 minutes. Since it is a little bit more of a difficult workout, I like to keep the duration shorter. Now look, there's obviously a couple more things than just choosing the type of cardio that you want to do, because I believe you can get lean with any sort of cardio, even when you try to do sprinting or playing tennis or paddle. It all works, but it works even better when you have the right diet in place. Now I'm going to tell you what my diet is and what I'm doing. Basically, if you're doing a fat loss journey like I am, going from 80 to 75 kilograms. By the way, I am not super lean, but this is how I look at the moment, which most people, that's their goal. For me, I want to get a little bit leaner. You can see, like, I want to get a little bit fat of the face here before my uni starts. So just a couple personal goals, and the diet I'm doing now would be 40% protein, 30% carbs, or 40, and then 20. 40% protein, 40% carbs, and then 20% fat. The diets that usually work is either protein with carbs, which is what I've decided to now. What worked for me in the past was protein and fats, where the carbs are very low, which is essentially a keto diet. This diet, I got to 7.5% body fat last year in December and November. It wasn't a great month of December when I was very lean. It was just my testosterone levels were so low that I decided to switch it up now. So I'm doing protein and carbs to keep the muscles in check, and so I can actually do some running with the carbs in my muscles. Essentially, you want to stick to protein sources like chicken, meat, and fish. So lean protein sources that support your hormones, especially when you're a man. You want your testosterone levels to be as high as possible during your cutting phase, because it supports your fat loss. The higher your test levels, the easier the fat loss will be. So for the carb sources, once in a while, eating sourdough bread is fine. Remember, it is a lot of calories. Then the second best option is maybe like white rice, brown rice, black rice. Anything with rice is great. Sweet potato is a great option as well. Pumpkin, even better, fueling, a little bit of sugar, and it's very low in calories. So those are great options. I'm just switching my hands here. And for the fat sources, you want to get the fats from high quality meat like red meat, especially the 80-20 mince. So you get 20% of the mince is fat. Most people sometimes remove the fat from the mince, which I'm not a big fan of, because you do want your testosterone levels to keep high. And a big part of testosterone is the fats that come from meat and dairy products like milk and eggs. I don't personally drink milk because it doesn't align with my digestive system, but eggs is a great idea. So hope that video helps, and ask me any questions you got.